Welcome to Story Time, where dreams and mysteries intertwine. Tonight, we bring you The River of Time, a suspenseful psychological thriller designed to calm your mind and lull you into a deep, peaceful sleep. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the gentle current of this tale carry you into slumber. The River of Time. Lena Mathers had spent most of her life chasing the past. An artist once known for her vivid, dreamlike paintings, she had lost her inspiration years ago. Now, she lived in a small cabin on the edge of a nameless river, far from the noise of the city, hoping solitude would return her muse. The river had always fascinated her. It was unlike any other she had seen. It did not follow the laws of nature. Some days, it would rush forward, carving through the land like an impatient traveler. Other times, it moved sluggishly, as if reluctant to leave. But there were nights, strange, eerie nights, when the river did something impossible. It flowed backward. Lena had tried to convince herself it was an illusion, a trick of the light, but deep down, she knew the truth. The river was different. It held something beyond time, something beyond logic. One evening, as the sky melted into twilight, Lena stood by the riverbank, staring at its glassy surface. The water shimmered with an unnatural glow, reflecting moments of the past, distant memories she had almost forgotten. She saw herself as a child, running through golden fields, her father's laughter echoing in the air. She saw the first time she held a paintbrush, the joy that surged through her veins. She saw the moment she fell in love. Then, the river whispered. At first, it was a hum, soft, almost indistinguishable from the rustling leaves. But as she listened, the whisper became clearer. It spoke her name. Lena, come closer. A shiver crawled up her spine, but curiosity overpowered fear. She knelt at the water's edge, her fingers hovering just above the surface. The river pulsed beneath her touch, and suddenly, she was no longer standing on the shore. She was inside the river. A journey through time. Lena gasped, but no water filled her lungs. Instead, she stood in the middle of a grand art gallery, her paintings displayed along the walls. She recognized this moment, it was her first exhibition. The room was full of people, murmuring in admiration. She had been so happy that night, so full of hope. Then she saw him. Elliot. The man who had once been everything to her. He stood at the edge of the room, hands in his pockets, watching her with that same quiet intensity he always had. Lena's heart ached. Elliot had been her greatest love and her deepest sorrow. They had built a world together, one of passion and art and whispered dreams. But the world had crumbled, leaving only silence in its wake. She reached out, but before she could touch him, the scene rippled like a reflection disturbed by a stone. She was back in their apartment now. The walls were covered in her unfinished paintings, shadows of masterpieces never completed. Elliot sat on the floor, head in his hands, his voice raw with frustration. "You're losing yourself, Lena," he had said. "You chase perfection like it's something real, but all you're doing is running in circles." She had ignored him then, drowning his words beneath layers of paint. But now, standing here once more, she saw the truth in his eyes. He hadn't been angry. He had been afraid, for her. The river whispered again, and the world shifted. The truth beneath the water. Lena found herself standing in a hospital corridor. The walls were too white, the air too sterile. She knew where she was before she saw him. Elliot lay in a hospital bed, pale and fragile, his breath shallow. He had come to see her that night, the night of her biggest exhibition, but she had been too caught up in her own success to notice. He had been in an accident on the way home. Lena felt the weight of time pressing against her chest. She had spent years running from this moment, convincing herself it wasn't her fault. But the truth was undeniable. She had let go of the one person who had truly seen her. Tears blurred her vision as the river pulled her away once more. The choice. Lena found herself back on the riverbank, gasping for air as if she had been drowning. The whispers had stopped. The water was still. She stared at her reflection, but it was not the woman she had become. It was the woman she used to be, the one who believed in love, in art, in the beauty of fleeting moments. For the first time in years, Lena picked up a brush. She painted through the night, pouring everything she had into the canvas, the laughter of her childhood, the warmth of first love, the pain of loss, the whisper of the river. By dawn, the painting was complete. It was the most beautiful thing she had ever created. She stood by the river, watching the water flow, not backward, not forward, but simply moving, as all things must. And for the first time in a long time, Lena let go. This has been The River of Time, a suspenseful psychological thriller brought to you by Storytime. Let the whispers of the river guide you into a peaceful slumber, where dreams and memories flow together like water. Sleep well.
Thanks for your time. Please subscribe. Don't forget to press the bell icon for more.